pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Lauren.
Here.
Mr. Shelton.
Here.
Mr. Vanderbilt.
Here.
Mr. Gore.
Here.
Mr. Helmers is here. Consider approval of March 24, 26 agenda.
Make a motion for that approval.
I'll second it.
Motion by Vanderbilt, second by the board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I guess at this time we'll open the public hearing. Was there any comments from the public?
I have a question. They went to the council one last night. Is this also a max levy hearing? Or is this the public hearing?
Max levy.
Max levy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know that was exactly why. So your proposal, 50 cents or whatever, increase in half. Okay.
Well, it's the, urban went up like 7 cents and the rural went down
Okay.
2 cents or,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
And then we have to have, then after this, in the regular meeting, then they have to set for the regular public hearing for the expenses. Just,
That wasn't really explained to the people last night at the city, and I think they should have maybe paused just a second to let people know what they were doing last night.
yeah, we can't, after today's hearing, we can't raise the,
Right,
they
right.
can lower it, but we can't raise the levies.
Which is true, well, after the next
the-
hearing too, we could.
We can
Final
lower the
public hearing, we can
expenses,
lower
yes,
it, too.
yes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you can lower anything, you just can't raise anything.
Just the bottom line you're talking about,
Mhm.
right?
Any other comments from the public? How about the board?
Just, I thought that paper was about as clear as mud, but
Oh, what you got in the mail?
Yeah.
You didn't understand it?
I caught that a couple of times about that. What do you guys even send that out for? That's stupid to send it out. I said, well, we don't have much choice, I said, so.
Statewide, it costs a lot of money.
Yes, that was my comment to the people. I said, we're stuck. I said,
So the city has to do it also, right?
it's all
My
in one
notice is
mailing.
what the county pays for all of that. The schools and the schools and the cities don't pay any
But
of
they
it.
each have a notice.
It's all in
included
one
in there.
notice. So the notice I got was the school, county, city.
Okay.
And then the rural just got their school district and the county.
So the city didn't have an expense for that. max
No,
levy portion.
neither does the school. The
Okay.
county pays for it all. The county's liable for all of it.
can I
Nope.
ask what that cost? You
I don't have a bill yet, but last year was like $3,500.
Okay.
But there's,
99, well, it wouldn't be low because we don't have.
well, they combine, the addresses are they're combined or the names, they combine them. I know some it's unreal what they pay. But last year's, that's what ours was, so.
Yeah, it's gotta be huge for some counties. Yeah.
Like Polk County and huge.
We shouldn't even say a number. I thought they talked that it was like 2 million, in the millions statewide for all the counties.
How much?
In the millions
Millions.
statewide for all the counties, and they're wanting
And
us to
nobody-
cut, and they're wanting us to cut costs.
And nobody understands it anyway.
It doesn't make
Causing more
sense.
confusion, like.
And what's in it
the
was
other week,
dictated by the
I said
state.
you have assessment rolls on 26 values, and you guys are fighting on 25 values. It's just confusing.
If they could just make it understandable,
Yes.
Yeah.
because it's
Right.
not, it's not. You have to know the rollbacks and it took me a little bit to figure out, I got it, but I had to look back in instructions and how they got those figures. It's, it just needs to be layman terms so people can understand.
Yeah, because I tried to say, I talked about rollbacks and Melvin and, well, what's that, Nobody gets it,
No.
so.
I would be in the same boat if I didn't
I
work
would
with
too,
it.
yeah.
I would be in the
Still
same
am.
boat.
You real honest, I still am.
Yeah, if I didn't work with it, I would be too. So,
It made sense, but not that much.
Yeah. Any more discussion, comments from the public on the public hearing?
No, I just came to learn.
Well, you're not learning much, are you?
No, I'm listening, but, you know, it's sometimes in the public, it can seem like somebody will talk as though they have it all figured out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out that wasn't at all right. So,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I felt like I needed to come just to listen. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'll be
it's,
honest, I use you, I just say, I refer to Rochelle and say, go talk to Rochelle.
yeah,
She
please do.
She understands as good as anybody. So.
I do too.
Please do, because, you have to know the rollback to even come up with how they came up with the figures on the back of that piece of paper. And if you don't know the rollback, for the current year, it's it's $100,000 valuation times the rollback at, is it 46,
It's
47, somewhere in there?
44.
44.
It was 47 last year, residential.
And then the current year, the valuation's 110,000.
Assuming 10%.
110,000, then you gotta take it times the current rollback. And, you gotta know those figures to even come up
Sure.
with those. And then commercial and industrial is like totally confusing, because the first $150,000 of evaluation is the current rollback, and then the remaining is 90%, I think.
So they get the residential rollback on the first 150.
Yep, and then,
90% after that.
yeah, so it's,
I thought I had it figured out.
Even more
I know.
I am too.
I know.
thought I was.
It's terrible.
Rural
So how
rollback
much did
separate from the
valuations go up,
different.
Rochelle, taxable valuations? Do you know?
I don't know that
The
offhand.
city looked like it was about 10 million.
Well, ours went up 5.7 altogether. Wait a minute here. Taxable growth was 5.7%, and then the rural was 4.35%, it looks like.
That's what the reval,
Yeah,
yeah.
because our actual levy went down. Our general basic levy last year was at $3.50, and it was reduced to $3.43 going forward.
You get blamed for some too, Sharon.
Right, I got the valuations, and the state has the rollback, and you guys get the levies, so there you go.
All right. Any more comments, questions? If not, can we close the public hearing?
Yeah.
Vote on that, do I?
We've done it both ways.
What's that?
We've done
I
it
know,
both
that's
ways.
why I asked.
Generally, just close it.
I made an decision on closing the public hearing
If you have any
I
questions,
would
stop
take a
in
motion.
sometime. Okay, and I will.
to adjourn. Motion from Schulte. Second from Lauren. All those in favor? Aye.
Right.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.
Did you learn a lot today? Did you learn a lot?
No.
Come
But I know where to go
Yes.
if I
Yeah,
come with
please do,
Yep.
please do.
We got a few minutes.
You better go celebrate her birthday
I
now.
am gonna celebrate.
Is it your birthday?
Her sister.
Oh, Glenda's. Oh, yeah, you do have to celebrate those.
They're going
Glad to
out
hear you
all
didn't
day
forget.
to celebrate.
That sounds like a good plan. That's a fun plan.
Were you invited?
Nope.
Were you disappointed?
I didn't hear it. What was that?
It depends if they're going good someplace to eat good.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna do something like that,
That's nice that you do that.
so you can get home before dark.
That's what I was told.
Oh, you didn't see that. Oh, sorry.
I was trying to say paper here.
Oh, it was our anniversary yesterday.
Was it? Well, happy anniversary.
And somebody asked my wife how many years. She says, 43. I went, 43? We got married in 1985. Do the math. I said, oh, yeah? That's only 41 years.
Well, happy
Usually
anniversary.
it's the husband that
Yeah.
I got married in 2000.
You're good. You're good.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did too.
Well, my birthday's May 21st, Kurt's June 21st, and our first date was August 13th, so we got married August 21. So, yeah, he just has to remember August.
Yeah.
21 should be good. Time flies.
Guess we're getting old.
He didn't have to work yesterday, so he was home during my noon hour, and I'm thinking, ew, I don't know if I'm gonna like this when retirement. But you're in my space.
That's why Dad shows up so many days yet.
Oh, man. We were talking to his sister last night. Kurt goes, you better pray for me because Rochelle's not going to like this very well.
And I like it. I get mad when she subs because I like it.
You like when she's home? And we will too. We're just not used to being together. He's gone so much that I'm just not used to it. So, and I have my routine during my noon hour. And
What's that?
it's all good.
I've been spoiled all my life. I'm not stopping.
I know.
I was the youngest in the family, and I was spoiled by my mother. And my wife spoils me too. So.
You're pretty lucky then.
Two girls. I like it.
I do too. So how was your trip? Good?
Yeah.
Good.
See you, Diane.
We've got a whole nother meeting you can learn that. We've got a whole nother meeting you can learn that.
So when do you start?
I've kind of been learning.
Okay.
I don't have like
Oh,
an
it
official
was.
date yet, but probably more next week.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
It's interesting.
I hope that see what I'm getting into.
No.
It'll be nice to have someone of a schedule and
Yeah,
focus on one place.
right.
Trying to figure out.
Right.
That'll be
So who they gonna have to replace you then?
Yeah.
They don't know that yet? Who will?
Like, I told them last week that
Oh.
it's probably because I talked to them Tuesday, but they didn't approve it at session until Thursday.
But I mean, who's gonna replace you here in the board meeting?
Probably someone down in Sheldon.
No, them were two other guys.
I'm assuming they're advertising, but
Down there.
hopefully tomorrow
I
on
don't
the
remember if he
week.
even has a name.
Oh, sure.
Down there.
I'll keep asking, do you know anybody? Yeah.
But he had a lot of their stuff in
I
there.
can't say I do, sorry.
Just trade cars from the 60s. On Tuesday, we went down to the Gulf, down to that little fish town.
You seen the city council set up for screens?
Seen the Gulf.
We've got one.
Eat fresh fish or?
Oh, no, I
He
didn't.
did.
I think that probably is
That's
the
what
way
he
we need to go.
Mhm. Yeah, Travis hasn't gotten back to me yet on that. I haven't been around.
Kevin mentioned that to me last night too, that was a nice setup.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about that, that'd be a good way to go.
Snapper.
For sure.
I don't know how the cameras work or how you do those.
Yeah, I don't know any of that
So you
either.
get into it, but then they're just projecting like the agenda as it goes through each item. They can clearly see it.
Right.
Trevor surgery go.
Good.
Text.
Yeah, he's tired.
Weekend.
So we have my mom in the hospital now, so.
You go away for a few days.
Get around. I'm sure it's changed now.
I'm hoping I'll keep her one more night in the hospital.
I was in LA. That's like.
Not that I want to do that, to get her stronger.
Is that because of
Well, it's
length
pretty
of stay
close.
then qualifies or what?
You have to stay 3 nights and
So
then
like,
Medicare.
West Palm Beach.
So
Solid
just
35.
not taking care
Yeah,
of
we
it.
gotta,
Like I say, it's been 25 years ago,
I
probably.
was gonna say, I think
Her
they
sugars were
poured
over
6 lanes one
700,
way.
so she was staying with my sister, Lori, Natalie, in Sioux
we got
Falls.
a
So I
nine
took her
seventy-five for a
up
while
there, so
down
she's
there
in
in
Sioux
Daytona
Falls.
Beach.
But
3
yeah.
lanes, 75, 75 mile an hour.
They're nuts.
And you're
I have
gonna,
9
you wanna
o'clock.
keep with it.
All right, it's 9 o'clock, guys. Do you wanna go through roll call again? I'll do that. Mr. Warren? Here. Mr. Schulte?
Here.
Mr. Randy? Here. Mr. DeBoer?
Here.
And Mr. Helmut is here. Consider approval of the March 24, 2026 agenda.
No changes?
Motion. Motion from Warren,
Second.
second from DeBoer. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carried. March 10, 2026 minutes. Get a chance to look at those.
Make a motion for their approval.
A motion from Vanderbilt. Support from Schulte. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. April schedule.
Well, we had to meet the 7th for drainage, and then the 14th and 28th for sure.
Did we need to post something for the 3rd for that IT assessment? Wasn't it April 1 and 2?
Oh, that, yeah, or second and third.
2nd and 3rd, yeah.
What'd you say, the 7th and 21st?
7th, 14th, and the 28th for sure we need.
Drainage. What was that one about?
Well, joint 1, 2, and 3, we're awarding bids,
Oh, okay.
and then we have to deal with that other drainage ditch. Did you get that email that I sent out yesterday? I posted
Anything
an agenda,
else?
but I don't know if the board needs to be there, all the board members need to be there.
They requested the board, but
So next week, that IT, they're coming next week, the 2nd and the 3rd, so I'll have to talk to them to see if maybe they want to talk to the whole board, then we might need to post an agenda then for that. Or call in, or,
Put that on.
I don't know what day they want, is it Thursday? Can we add it if we can use to come in? Would that be okay? Okay.
We got the 3rd also?
I need to call which day they want you, which day they
tech
want.
assessment is the 2nd and 3rd. And they were talking about having a kind of informational session with their findings.
I just don't know if they want that. I'll talk to them and see when that will be. The 3rd, probably be more the 3rd, probably.
Yeah.
Or I thought they were going to even come back at another board meeting to discuss their findings. That's what I guess that's what I thought about that. But I'll ask and I'll let you know.
So, 7th, the 14th, and the 21st?
28th.
28th?
Those 3 for sure.
7th is just drainage, right?
Drainage, yeah. There'll probably be 2 separate drainage meetings that day.
Motion from Schulte for those days. Second from Lauren. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Consider approval of Osceola County procurement policy.
Corey asked me to put it on. He needs this for this hazard mitigation, what he's doing to get federal funding on it, and he reviewed it. We previously approved it in 21. He reviewed it and there was no changes. He just needs us to reapprove it for that funding, so we can get some federal funding for that project. Him and Chris are at an IT thing in Storm Lake today. So.
A motion for approval of the reapproval of the procurement policy presented.
Motion by Randy Hook.
Second it.
Support from the board. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Review, accept EMS annual report, receive public comment.
We turned in the EMS minutes and the tax levy report. We thought we had to have it kind of.
Yeah, we learned last week it needs to be
Yeah,
public comment, open to public comment, so we.
Not stated as a public hearing. but
No,
it's a-
public comment, so that's why we have it on today's agenda. It'll be again on the 14th for public comment to review it if they have any questions on it.
Motion of acceptance of the report by the board.
Yeah.
A motion from Randy Hook. Support from Warren. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Consider approval of amended resolution number 8/25/26, updating ambulance rates.
So I'm sorry about this too. I mean, I wasn't here for the day that we presented this to the board about increasing our rates. We haven't done that since 2018. So in there, in one of the updates, it was called standby. Standby is like football games, going to, house fires, going to maybe standby for law enforcement, like what the incident that happened over in Harris, we were called for that. Also, like, we stand by at the fairgrounds for like demolition derby and those kind of things. PCC, so we can't dictate if it's standby, they're gonna get charged. And so we had to kind of really re-look at that and find out what, we're willing to, to give back to the county, I mean, we still will probably have to pay our, the EMTs that set up the football game and go to any of the fire calls, but we can't pick and choose which ones we're gonna charge. We can't choose to charge the homeowner when we're sick, if they have a fire, so instead of trying to do it, charge everybody, we just decided not to use that standby fee at all.
So even if there's no standby charge, the individuals working it are being paid for the time. I wondered, is there a waiver that they can use to volunteer their time for those events, or?
We can surely throw that out.
Is there a way, continued with the charge, that the ambulance could donate back to, say, fairgrounds and schools in support of those types of events, or is that going to be viewed as the same type of situation? A public entity to a public entity, maybe a transfer would be acceptable, but
Yeah, it's just like,
I didn't know for sure.
I think it would probably be, the football games and being out at the fairgrounds. Those things we should be doing. I mean, we should be donating our time for that.
Are you gonna have a problem getting people to donate? Are you gonna have a problem to have people donate?
Well, it is a county fair grounds and we are a county service and we do have there's people over in Malvern and May City that like that stuff, if you ask me to go, I would go, but I'd be sitting in the back with my book and then yelling at you because you pulled too close and we got mud splattering on my ambulance that's clean and I don't like it. You know,
I just wonder if you're gonna have trouble getting people to volunteer.
probably.
And I'm not saying it would be an expectation, but if we just share that historically, individuals have been willing to help these events out and volunteer their time. I almost think you'd have to have some sort of documentation or waiver of
Something.
individuals offering that or choosing that.
In order to stop that, like if people volunteer to go mow or whatever, you're gonna have to have proof of insurance. Or you're gonna have that on the ambulance,
Well, they're already a part of the ambulance squad, it'd be individuals willing
as
to.
they're paid,
Pardon?
as they're paid.
Yeah.
But as a volunteer, I don't know.
Either how that works. It's an interesting question though. What we do.
So you did charge before, but you're not now?
When we
We-
last
we never
considered this,
have
it was
charged.
included,
I
wasn't
mean,
it?
I guess we've never charged the school or the fire department or the
county
sheriff's
just picked up
office or any, yeah,
The county just picked up their wages, right?
yeah. And then, you know, and then when it had standby and it was $60, I was like, oh, well, okay, well, maybe we, you know. And then when she said, you can't not charge this, you know, charge the fair board and not charge the school. Standby is, you know, when we code it as standby, which is what it is, we're just sitting there waiting whether or not you need our service or not. If you don't need our service, we go home. But
Last resolution was $60 per hour.
Prior years, it was never
Yeah,
charged.
never
Earlier
charged.
this year, we addressed this fee structure and it was included as a standby charge.
So maybe can you do somewhere in between? I don't, to be honest, like the fair board, I don't think they would object to a small fee,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, but they could, you know,
I-
yeah.
Just my
It's
thoughts.
just when
I mean,
So if you- I
we
went-
gotta have you, so, I mean.
we were just trying to figure out, you know, ways to bring in more revenue without going back to having it voted on again. Truthfully, I just don't wanna, I just don't want to, I don't wanna,
So how
Who
many,
are you? Go ahead.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
how many volunteers do you usually have or people on?
that will come like to the
Yeah.
fairgrounds?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know, I didn't realize that was a thing, that they like that, but, I
Some do.
suppose I suppose there's probably like 4 or 5 of them that'll show up.
What about like a school event, like a football game?
Two people go to the game, and then we have to have somebody on backup, because they can't have the game. It's just like the derby, they can't have a derby unless they have an ambulance sitting there. Isn't that about right, Jerry?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Usually.
So,
Wait
so,
for it to
yeah.
get back.
We have to pay somebody to be there all the time, and then we have to find a crew that will actually just take 911 calls instead of, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a double deal, really.
Right, uh-huh. But it's 1 week out of the year.
Who are you most worried about offending? Sounds like you're maybe thinking you're offending. Who are you, the homeowner or?
That's where they would build a homeowner. If there was a house fire and you're sitting there on standby, because the reason you're there at 4, just to make sure that the firemen are safe, you know, that they're, you know, they
Don't
don't.
fire departments charge the homeowners now too?
I think they do. I think they
I
do.
thought they started doing that.
There must be a clause in their homeowner insurance, if they have a fire, that there is a certain dollar amount in
They
there.
pay like 500 or 1,500 or something like that.
Because I do know that when they go out on an accident too, that they can charge the insurance company for being out there too.
When I shed fire, four departments showed up and they got 500 apiece for my insurance.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it would help.
And it was $60 an hour.
Yeah.
Can we just go with like a flat rate or something?
We could try that. I mean, you know,
State just keeps pushing for sharing services and limiting costs. And so when one county service is charging another county entity,
Yeah.
it's
we're
just, there's
supposed to all
room
be
for 20
together
or
and-
something like that amongst public entities that.
Whatever you guys think.
and the school, I don't know, they do give us a thing that we can scan and, you know, that'll give you an activity ticket. I mean, not everybody uses those, but.
For the year or for that event?
Yeah,
For the year.
The activity ticket is good for the whole year. So to me, I'm like, they are kind of helping us. I mean, they're giving you something back in return.
If you're retired, you can go and get an automatic activity ticket.
Yeah, we liked the card. They used to give us a card. You know, now it's online.
Yeah, bound down
Yeah,
on your
it's
phone.
like a barcode or something.
That wouldn't work well for you and I.
Dude, that would be one
Gotta
one-
teach
And I'm agreeing.
What are you guys' thoughts? What do you want to do here?
Who came up with the $60?
Pardon?
Who came up with the $60?
Oh, that's probably from other services around us, like probably Sheldon used that, or, you know, that's where they came up with that part, the standby and the lift assist, what everybody else that they work with charges.
I'm almost in your court, let's make a deal.
It's just hard for me to do this thing. We're supposed to all be working for the good of our county. I mean, really, we all,
But whose
our
line
own,
item-
yeah.
Whose line item do you take it out of? Shall we go with $60 if they can get a lot of complaints, then revisit?
Do you want $60 an hour, are you talking, or? Isn't that what it was, that before?
Pardon?
$60 an hour before? That's
Yeah.
what it was before? Or that's what it is now?
Well,
We
it's
never
never
got that
been,
part.
yeah, it's never been before. No, I'm sorry, Jerry.
That's
It's-
okay. Whatever you guys.
We just never charged. And now it would be, starting in April, we would, you know, because that's when this goes into effect, is April 1st. It would be every time we would go for standby, it would be $60 an hour.
What do you guys want to do? I take a motion one way or the other.
Did
If
it
we go with
identify
no charge,
$60 an
then-
hour, or did it identify just
It is.
$60 or per hour?
I
We just said per hour, but I
I
don't know if
think
the previous version
we could
identified.
say just a flat rate of 60.
I'm pretty sure it was per hour.
Yeah.
Wasn't it per hour? It wasn't $60 flat fee. I think it was $60 per hour, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Do you I can go get the old resolution,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure those.
Yeah, you don't have any.
But the way,
No, I just have the change.
but the way you have this
I
written
thought
up
I
for
did, but I don't.
Sandy, for the way you have this written up, the standby is no charge.
Right.
This amended resolution.
Yeah, this amendment would cause no charge for this one. The other one that went into effect was $60.
Did the other one have anything for lift assist too?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
lift assist, we used to always do that for free. And, starting in starting in, there
It
it
gets
is.
to be a habit, is what the problem is.
Well, it does.
If you don't charge, it gets to be a habit.
And it's not right.
It says $60 hour per ambulance.
Not per person, just for the ambulance.
No,
Yeah.
$60 dash hour per ambulance.
Yeah, I found it.
And do something today, you can table it, what do you want to do?
I like the $60 an hour for the ambulance. But I also want to see that lift assist.
Yeah.
That's been on there.
That was on there before.
Yeah.
That was on there before, yep. The only thing that we were changing that we didn't know about the standby is the only
Right.
thing we're questioning.
I mean, I suppose if we're doing an amendment on this resolution, I guess if you feel like that 125 is too much for a lift assist, or,
Cause you go out with what, three people?
Sometimes more not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've seen it with more.
yeah. Well, yeah,
I mean, when fire departments help and stuff, and I
yes.
know that doesn't cost, but costs somebody.
Yes, it does.
But, and Jerry too, when, if we get over to Melvin or May City or even Ocheed and their fire department comes and helps us lift, like in Ashton, we have 2 EMTs and one's 72 and the other one's 71. I mean, so if we have a fireman that comes over there and lifts that patient up off the floor for them, I think it's worth $17.32 to pay them.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
want those
don't.
girls to get hurt. I don't even want to get hurt, and nobody weighs 140 pounds anymore. They just don't.
Have you been watching me grow?
All right, let's decide on this and so we can move on. What do you guys? Thoughts? Do we leave it and we don't have to?
I'd leave it.
I don't know, what do you think?
I'm in favor of leaving it, but I'd like to explore if 2080s could be utilized to support other public entities and maybe waive it in those cases. But I understand what PCC is saying, it's got to either be a charge or not, but
Yeah.
All right, sounds like the concessions is we just want to leave it so we don't have to amend anything.
Do you have to have a motion on that? Rochelle?
Well, I'm trying to think here because the
Sign it, I think.
yeah, it's hard. The other resolution had effective February 1st,
Right.
and we haven't been charging those new rates.
No, we haven't.
So I didn't know if we should. I don't know how to handle that.
it was in effect, why weren't we charging it?
Because if,
You're just worried about the date now?
would she go
Yeah,
back?
I would have
Would
to-
she go back to February and work forward?
We could just start now.
I didn't know. I didn't know how to handle that. I'm not for sure how to handle this. Any suggestions?
I'd say leave it as it is, but change the date to today's date, starting today. To me, that's about the easiest way out.
Or just leave it at April 1st?
Yeah.
Resign it?
So
Or we can,
maybe approve this and make it effective April 1st, but then change from no charge again to that, how we had it the last time, $60 per hour Is that what the consensus
Or
of
would
the
you
board
rather
is?
just say flat rate? Just a flat rate of $60. I know, it's tough, isn't it? It's so tough.
I was just thinking, I'd probably just go with $60 flat rate and go from there.
Because I was just trying to think
To start.
of, I was just trying to think of the incident that happened over in Harris. So there was 3 in our rig and 1 from Ocheaton. And I was just trying to think of the dollar amount that it cost us to just have those 4 people there for, I suppose that we were there almost 2 hours.
And then a couple days later, again,
And so who, I don't know who she
when she went missing that second day or something.
would she charge the sheriff's office then? Or would,
Yeah, that's what
That-
I'm
see, I don't
questioning
know.
anything. Who pays?
who was asking for our service was the sheriff's office, just in the event that somebody got shot.
Yeah, I don't know,
What do most
It
counties
was
do?
it probably was close to $60 is what we paid out in wages for that night.
What do most counties do? Do they have a standby charge?
Yeah, they do have.
And is 60 the rate for most
Yeah,
counties?
it's probably this 60 an hour per ambulance. So,
Well, let's decide. We've talked about it long enough. Did you make a motion, Mike?
No. I think mine was more of a question than a.
Oh. But if we change to something, then this resolution is no good, is it?
Well, we could adopt it with the changes on it.
right.
So if you change the standby, I had no charge, we could, if you want to do a flat fee or per hour, we could approve this resolution with that change in it.
I think $100 standby.
that's what I was kind of thinking, $100. Last
Flat rate.
Yeah.
And then you can see with other counties too, do they bill the sheriff's office or who do they bill when the sheriff's office calls them out?
The sheriff's office will go do it.
Well, like the deal in Harris. You can ask other counties, who would they bill? Would they bill the sheriff or who?
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Maybe
The
they go to
sheriff,
the sheriff's office or yeah.
Will the sheriff's office pay for it? They pay?
Find out.
All right, it's just.
I don't know what
Is
they're.
that a motion?
Motion for the $100 flat rate?
I
I have a motion on the floor from Lauren
You're not liking that?
probably
for a
not.
$100 flat rate.
Would the fair board be upset if we charge?
No,
You don't think?
I don't
so?
think so.
Okay.
Maybe
And
worry
the
about the
school,
school,
I
but-
can let.
You guys come once, isn't it? Twice,
I
maybe at
think
the
we
most?
only just do 2 things, Jerry. We do
Yeah, I mean,
the,
so it's $200. Yeah, is it another cost? I agree, but
yeah.
we need you.
But
You know.
it would definitely pay even though we should be doing some of that stuff for free, and I don't know how to separate all of that. I really don't.
Well, I have a motion on the floor from Lauren for a $100 flat rate, support by Schulte. Any more discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Oh, this resolution then.
It's a roll call.
Sorry. Mr. Loring. Mr. Schulte. Aye. Mr. Van Hook.
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
DeVore. Aye. And Mr. Helmers votes aye. Motion carried. Do you want me to sign this?
I will have to change it, so I'll get a new one printed.
You need to sign this.
And then you have to change it.
No, I think everything that's on there is the same. I don't, right? It's just, yeah, that's just the increases in as far as like oxygen and.
Okay, so there's no,
That's that one.
so there's no,
Procedural attachment, that's identified here. That's the additional procedural, supply charges
Yeah,
attachment.
and that's that. And we have to have that one signed too, because we didn't sign it the first time.
It is 9:30. Mr. Hanson,
Morning.
you're up.
I got it nice and warm for you.
Well, good,
You're
yeah.
gonna need it.
It's always warm for me up
There you
here.
go.
It'll get hotter.
It's always warm. How you doing this morning?
Good.
Weather's turning around at least a little bit here for us, so.
Aren't you done yet?
I'll tell you what, you'd be amazed when you walk through there today, but, right now, just as far as an update, masonry block is complete. They're pretty much complete with masonry block in there. They're working on the corridor walls, and they've completed overhead doors. Appears to match fairly good. And they're working on masonry block on the east mezzanine up to the roof is complete. Control room is, the raised floor is complete and decked, and the metal studs are complete in that area. Fire caulking has all been completed in the main quarter and cell blocks, so I had to call into the state to come take a look at that while it's open. Metal stud walls are being installed, approximately 75% complete. Both of the mezzanines have been poured, so the concrete decks have been poured on them. And forms have been removed and they're off-site. The other day they installed the rooftop units, and HVAC ductwork is about 90% complete, and they have the insulator insulating all of that. They'll probably be pretty well complete by the end of the week. Demolition has been completed on the south side of the existing facility. They're taking out the last piece of concrete today. Fire sprinkler piping is being installed. Water mains are being installed. They're pretty well complete. Electrical rough-in, the state inspection's been completed on the rough-in, so I have a copy of that. So it's coming along really well right now at the moment. There's a long ways to go, but I think when you walk through there, you'll be pleasantly surprised today. So, any questions on where we're at to date on it, or?
I have a question.
Okay.
Not so much about this. You've got that raised floor, or it's raised up for the control room or whatever.
Yes.
Is that handicap accessible?
No. It doesn't have to be handicap accessible because for correctional, you have to be able to do the project or be able to, you can't be handicapped to handle
Do that job.
inmates. Yes, that's correct. And that's why it's not handicap accessible. That is a good question, so. Any other questions on?
Do they have a guess when it's gonna be done? I get asked that about every other day.
I was figuring we're gonna be looking at September, but then we gotta get Delbert to allow us to move in. But, I talked to the sheriff a little bit. I really don't wanna tear down the existing jail to, I don't wanna have to ship a bunch of inmates out. Now, we have 4 beds. I talked to Kevin this morning. We have 4 beds that are available in the existing facility if we were to tear it down. Cause I'd like to start getting that down, that building down. But, I think I'd like to wait a month or two. You
No,
know,
that's
if we're
fine.
looking at September, about the time we have a bump in inmate population, and then we have to start shipping out. I wanna make sure that we're using money efficiently, cause Kevin was gonna try to buy some stuff out of the end of his budget year, if he has money left over, so.
Can we move into the new facility and be up and running before we tear the old house down? Is that what you're saying here or not?
We have 4 beds available in the existing facility, even if we tear the building down. But, we'd have to have an occupancy permit from the state jail inspector to move into there.
And you're saying you'd rather tear the old house, old jail down before we start completely, or can't we, because we're,
Yeah, we can move, if we didn't go over 4 individuals, we could move them into the existing facility and start taking that jail building down. But I'd like to wait a little bit closer because it's getting warm out. He's had up to 6 in there currently. So I'm trying to wait, Jerry, in answer to your question. I'd rather not tear it down until we can, you know,
till we're moved in.
until we moved in
Yeah,
or
that
we're
was my-
closer,
Right,
yeah.
that was-
I mean, if we're running, you know, with 2 people or 3 people, we could move them in and start
We don't
that
know,
demo.
though.
We don't know.
How many beds are gonna be in the new one?
14.
14?
Are you gonna end up being on target, money-wise?
I don't have any change orders for you. If
That isn't answering my question.
Yeah,
Tell us how many prisoners are
yeah,
gonna be housed the last 2 months.
yeah. No, we're on target currently. I did put that at the end that you requested, so.
And that doesn't show what we budgeted for next year.
Because I didn't want
It's
to put
not final
something,
yet,
something in there that wasn't final.
Yep.
What
That makes sense.
what did you request, Tracy?
The bottom of page 3, breakdown of the funds.
That
Available.
we're distributing into it, yeah.
I'll have him sign this.
No, I'm
Oh,
to read it.
oh, yep, you can have this one, sorry.
Okay. I thought I had to. So as far as the pay application for this month, we had 6,000 in project management, on-site allowance, 9,950. Bid document reproduction, 1,413 in reimbursables, and bid document reproduction was 170.10. We had lab testing services in the amount of $51. General construction, they had an invoice for $174,625.67. Security frames and hardware with no detention, $6,127.50. Plumbing with Ringling Brothers, $97,432. HVAC with C.W. Suter, $137,291.15. and electrical with Winger, $38,950. I had job toilets in the amount of $580 for the month, and dumpster fees of $1,048.90 for a total of $473,627.45. And I had interest for the month and for $6,157.16. So total invoices for the month were $473,627.45. Are there any questions or discussion on that? Right now, we're showing a negative balance of $755,900.96.
Everything been dealt with, or? Okay.
Yeah. And there was a correction noted on 27. When I did that takeoff, I noted that the total fund available was incorrect. So I made that correction there.
I know it's not a lot, but your total projected cost went up $1,000. Where was that at?
The projected cost?
Yeah, from November and January to now. No, it's just probably about $1,000, but.
For what line item was that, Jerry?
Revised current contract value.
Oh, revised current contract. That was that note.
It stayed the same until this month. It's not a big deal, but pennies make dollars.
We approved that change order for Noah Construction. Is that part of it?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at too many different things here. I just looked at the bottom line.
Oh, the bottom line.
And from November 1st, it was $7,728,762. In January, it was that same, and now this month it's $77,613. It's not a big deal, but
I think that was part of that note 27 and available funds, possibly. We had that 9,560 increase in no attention for that change order we approved last month, which probably raised it some.
anybody else have any questions, comments for Glenn? There we go.
There is an increase of 1,864.34, Jerry,
Yep.
to Shipley sheet metal for, materials and equipment for, the jail temporary heat that we
Okay.
ran through. That's probably where we're seeing that increase there. It came under, purchase orders.
And I appreciate them helping us out, and I agree they need to be paid, but why wasn't that part of the overall scope of work and making sure there was adequate
That's
heat?
because we added the heat here and we demoed the boiler.
The timing on the boiler and
Yeah.
addressing that, not providing heat again. Yeah.
And it was originally, I think, $7,000 or $8,000, but I had the contractors install a lot of it under the temporary facilities heat. So we were able to get it down to just the material. We added those electric coils into the air handling unit in the basement, to split heat, partial heat for the front end of the jail. And then I had contractors for no cost supply electric heaters to heat the regular jail or the existing building and the jail cells. So that was covering the temporary heat. So I was able to get that added in. So that was just the cost. Add them coils to the air handler unit down in the basement. That's where it is, Jerry. So.
I probably should know this answer, but I don't. Our dispatchers, will they be in the new jail, or will they be where they are now?
They're gonna be in the new jail. I did meet with, after our meeting last time, I met with Alpha Wireless and such. I'm gonna set up another meeting with Mainstay, the other suppliers. I'm meeting with Reliance today to get that all organized so that we can,
Will that be in that area that's raised up?
yeah, be in that control room.
I'm still concerned about handicap accessible.
They
If we
are,
hire a dispatcher that's handicapped, I don't know, I'm just asking that question. And they have to go up into there, and I know you said that they need to be qualified to be in there, but
they're jailers also. They're licensed jailers. They have to be licensed to be in that control room. So they have to meet the criteria for a jailer.
So in our current situation, if they were called from the dispatch to respond as a jailer, they'd have to go upstairs into the house. Anyway, we have
Yeah,
steps
so,
already,
yeah.
so they have to be able, I'm gathering, they have to be able to
Perform
physically
the
be able to
duty.
do the duties, and steps are gonna be a part of that, I guess. Corrections must have different standards and
That's
things
correct.
applied than standard ADA.
That's correct. They have to be able to perform the duty.
She was this, how
well,
to
I
say,
think they're must be thinking about two different people, but. Just a concern of mine.
Does that become
It is. It's
a
a
problem?
good
if we-
question.
Is that become a problem if we separate dispatcher and jailer duties?
They can't be
Dispatcher.
in there if they're not licensed, because they're operating doors and such. So they have to be licensed jailers to be in there.
So all our dispatchers are qualified for that? Will they
Yeah,
have to-
they're currently
Will they
licensed.
have to get licensed then?
They're licensed now.
They are?
Mhm.
Yep, all of our deputies and dispatchers are jailers.
Either or.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they're all certified.
Probably should have known that, but I don't.
Is there a way to make accommodations for access to dispatch if we eventually went with only dispatchers and only jailers or separate duties?
You'd have to move them out of there.
I just worry
I mean,
about-
they could be licensed to be in there if you wanted to separate them in the future. Say that you got all 50 beds done or whatever, then, and you wanted them just to be dispatchers, you know, they'd still have to be licensed, but they could be in that particular area and just perform that specific duty, if that's what your question is.
So would there be a way to do some sort of lift or modify it to get
Oh,
a
time
physical
and money,
limitation
yeah,
into the
I'm sure it could,
dispatcher?
yeah. You still, the reason that you have your dispatcher's license is keep your operational costs down. Operational costs are forever. You ought to be able to operate more efficiently with the new facility because you're not running to a different building, going upstairs and downstairs as such, so, yeah, I'm sure you could put a lift or something in there if push ever came to shove. I mean, it's steel decking and metal studs but typically on all the ones that we've done, you know, with dispatchers being licensed jailers, they typically, otherwise, if we're separating duties, we usually have them outside of the jail cell area, you know, the correctional area. If they're just going to specifically dispatch, but then you gotta consider, if that's what you're gonna do, then you're gonna hire additional staff because you're using your dispatchers as jailers currently.
I just worry, you know, everything is, you gotta have it handicap
Yeah.
accessible, and I just,
That's correct.
that isn't gonna get any easier.
Yeah. Correctional is a little bit different than the typical ADAs.
Anybody else have any other questions? First, 2026 pay application. Okay. That with me.
That's my idea.
We gain more interest then.
I'll make a motion to
I have a motion from Schulte for the March 1st pay application. Do you want to support? Now, look, just gonna die? Is John gonna walk out of here?
He can have half, I make the motion.
I like these kind of deals.
Can I support it too?
We probably could, but I don't think it's legal.
Oh,
Somebody? Or is it a guy?
support it.
Support by Lauren. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I guess you're gonna get paid today. Somebody is.
Somebody is, anyways.
Were you getting older?
Yeah. Cut him in now. Through supporting it. If you wanna take a walk through, you know, we'll meet the Sallyport after the meeting, if you wanna take a walk through.
Might do that interested.
Okay. Give me a buzz, I'm meeting in Sallyport. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Okay, now where are we at? Consider submittal to Oakdale County Planning Commission for recommendation on amending the 2013 zoning ordinance regarding data centers.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As I mentioned in my, I guess my report last meeting, I was wanting to look into this. We've gotten some, not necessarily interest, but we've gotten questions from various, I guess, zoning companies that check out and site selectors and things like that. At this point, they were just asking if we had any regulations, and we don't. It's our zoning code is silent on them, so it'd be up to me to interpret how they fit or how I would treat them. What I'd like to do is get with the Planning Commission and actually just put something in the zoning code that directly addresses data centers. In looking at the ordinance, to amend the ordinance, it's the Board of Supervisors that refers an issue to the Planning Commission to look into modifying the code. So I'm asking the board to ask the Planning Commission to look into amending the ordinance to address data centers, and then I will take it from there and present my research to them and any recommendations I have on how to address them.
Do you have any guidance to follow on those or not?
There are other counties that have put things in their ordinance. There's some state law that really only addresses like development agreements and getting benefits to the community from things like that. There's a lot of concerns on how much electricity and how much water they use, and reports like that. At this point, I'm not looking to take it to that level. I'm simply looking to get a definition of them and which zoning district is appropriate. My recommendation is going to be only to put them in heavy industrial zoning districts, not in our agricultural zoning district, which would then require a rezoning for any sizable parcel that it would take to cite one of these things, which would require both public hearings at the Planning Commission and this board. So really just want to get a definition and I guess not necessarily put the brakes on it, but just give them steps that they would have to go through.
Do we want to include restrictions rather than just definition, or?
We could, if you want to.
Go ahead.
We could if there's any restrictions that the board would want us to investigate. I think restricting them at this point to the heavy industrial zoning, and we don't have any heavy industrial zoning of a size that would accommodate one at this point. So it would take a reason.
So is there any reason to consider a moratorium until this is addressed, and not if there's no industrial, well?
I have no applications at this point, or any interest or anything other than people asking if we have regulations. If someone were to come in with it being silent, I would have to interpret how it fits in the zoning code, and I would, as zoning administrator, interpret it as being a heavy industrial use at this time. So, but I'd like to get some more formality in the code.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely necessary. I was just not wanting to get something to sneak in or come in before we get something defined.
All right. Do we need a motion for that?
I would make a motion for that.
Motion from Ms. Granger. Support. Support from Lauren. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Something needs to be on our radar.
There's quite a few of them in the east side of the state, from my understanding.
Consider approval, disapproval of family farm application.
Here are the applications.
Just share them available.
Do you have a question on the letters that were sent out?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. It was kind of like a courtesy. We were trying to get our lists up to date because some of the entities, they're getting family farm under somebody else besides the current owner. So we sent out those letters trying to, as a courtesy, to get people to sign up for us so they don't miss lapse a year in paying property taxes. So far, we've got a lot of calls in, or people on this. They've been very thankful for the letters. I guess we haven't heard any negative. Have you heard anything?
No, I got a letter and I was a
Yep.
little confused because it was previous landowner, the guy that owned it before me, and
Yep.
I thought we had went through all these processes and.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what happened, but this family farm is such a pain in the butt. But that's why Chantry is trying to clean up the record so that people are getting family farm. It matches who owns the property instead of the previous owners.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened to you. So if you just,
I had a couple parcels.
yep, so we just got to go in and sign it, and then you're good to go.
Okay.
Then you get your applications. We're just trying to clean up our records.
So if we disapprove these or approve them, then they'll go through just as long as they sign.
As long as a family farm person is farming the land, or, these are the new applications. This is a list that letters were sent out, that there were old applications that didn't match their entities, so you sure can.
And what are the advantages to having family farm?
They get tax credit. We're not talking, yeah, we're trying to get our list up to date.
I don't know how long.
Yeah, it just, a few years ago, everybody gets egg land credit, and I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, they took $10 million out of egg land credit and distributed to people for family farms, that they have family farm in the land.
I was gonna say, Fred bought it, from Laverne, now it's us.
Yeah.
I don't
So as
know.
long as you have a relative farming it, you get it. We're not talking a huge credit. It's like $20. I mean, $20 is $20, but it's not hundreds.
One thing I could figure, like on mine, it stated, like, I got 40, and then it stated something about, 10 acres of it was not, didn't qualify or something.
Would be an acreage. I mean, if they're under 10 acres and you don't farm around it, then you don't qualify. We'll have to check on that, Jerry, after the meeting. But everybody we talked to, yeah, there is. We're just slowly getting our records up to date here. Something that's been missed, or I don't know what.
Just out of curiosity, say, I should look to see how ours has been in the family, because I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a Century Farm. It could be a Century Farm.
You look at this and see if your name's on it. Mine's on it. Yeah.
It's only if you,
Kendall's is, mine
Hours
is.
increased or improved or decommissioned.
And if they don't come in and re-sign up, then they don't get that.
for 1 year, and then they can come up again, and
Are we past that?
no, you have until next week, so. But if there's people on that list, they're disqualified. If they don't come in before March 30, then they're lapsed for 1 year, and then they can re-sign again. Just trying to be a courtesy here to help our property owners. I mean, the state allocated 10 million for the whole state, so.
What about people that are passed, gone?
Are they in the first column or the second column?
Second.
The second column is who owned it before, and that's where the family farm tax credit is under their name instead of the current owner's name.
Yeah, I have two.
Yeah.
The Roof Farm Partnership and Harold LA.
And some were, we found some were back a few years ago, so. Just trying to get our list current.
And I suppose even if you transfer them within the family, it makes a difference, huh?
It does, it still needs to be re-signed.
I don't know what to do this in a minute.
I mean, there's some that a family doesn't farm it or, you know, but.
They got okay. I think they must have.
These weren't in order anyway, were they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's several parcels.
Mhm. If it's a family member, then. These have to be in by April 1st, so that's what we're trying to get them done before then, because once we turn in our report, we can't amend it. So then if someone comes in and claims it, then all the
Next
entity,
year.
yeah. So we're just trying to help our constituents out as much as we can.
So we said the state only allocated a certain amount.
$10 million.
Does that get evenly distributed across all, or?
No, it's prorated. So you turn in this report, how many your acres and valuation, and they prorate it out. The state tells you what the prorate is,
And they fund
up to $10
the
million.
county to the
Yeah.
level that
Yeah.
was credited on.
All they did was took $10 million out of egg line credit, so it's not. They took from one pot for the other. They're just trying to encourage landowners in Iowa, that family farms. Big land is an automatic thing. Unless it's 10 acres or more and you don't farm the land around it, then you don't get credit. But family farm works a little different than that.
Like that says disqualifies on top.
Mm-hmm. And they're not eligible then.
So when action is whatever is decided upon.
Yeah,
on
to
this
approve.
form, it's either
Yeah,
approved or disapproved
Yeah.
based on.
So that's how the motion should be, approve and disapprove the family farm applications as submitted.
Can't get a hold of them. Somebody wants to do a lot of work.
So these are signed in pencil. That's in that. question before, but if there's no applicant signature, she still applies?
No, I don't think they get it. There has to be something on there that they either called or they.
It doesn't say qualifies or disqualifies on the top of that, but
Get it.
What are we gonna do on this?
Why, we have to approve to disapprove the family farm credit as submitted. That's how I would make the motion. If that works for everybody.
You got that written down?
I do.
I'll make that motion,
Okay.
just like that.
Okay.
Motion by Schulte. To approve the family farm? Yeah. Second.
Okay.
Second, Warren. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
That's still real quick.
That's okay.
Okay, if we move on.
sure.
Discuss legal representation with Hopkins and Huber, PC.
The board got that letter that's attached that Eric Abergraf, who was our previous attorney for open records, is starting his own firm, so the board has to decide if you're gonna have the records stay with or Hopkins and Hubner, or transfer it to Eric. I talked to Bill, and as far as he know, that the 5 hours of free legal service that we get is still would be with Hopkins and Hubner. So that has not changed as far as he knows, so.
I'd be happy staying with them.
So it looks like 3 of the attorneys from that firm started their own company. So, need to know how to direct them,
Any motion to either leave or stay?
I suppose, this way.
My opinion is prior action identified Hopkins and Hoybner. I would say if that isn't going to change, no action is necessary, but if we want to stay with who's been working on the case as they've started a new firm, then action would be wise.
Thoughts, comments?
I'd be inclined just to stay with who we're with since they offer the 5 hours of free service annually through the insurance.
Stay with the free service too. That's kind of the consensus. I would agree with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Unless Rochelle wants specific action, I'm just sharing my opinion.
I'll just state in the minutes that the board decided to stay with options in here and just state something like that.
Who was previously identified as.
Consider final review for fiscal year 26-27 proposed budgets.
Nothing else changed, did it?
Well, not that the board has approved, but our firewall is, we need a new firewall. I just got notifications of that, and the cost, the board has to approve it at the next meeting. It's $800 for a part, and then if the service contract, we did 1 year, it's $3,000, 2 years, it's over $5,000. If you did a 5-year contract, it's over $11,000. So you guys have to approve that at the next meeting. I just didn't know I don't think I have enough in the budget this year to do it. It has to be done by August of 26. So I'm asking if I could increase the data processing line, maybe $10,000 to cover that expense. This is the only new thing that I have. Other than that, I'm good with the budgets the way they are.
Works for me.
No, you gotta figure some other place to come up with that money.
Wait after that IT assessment. Just our firewall will be obsolete starting, August of 26, they said. So. It's always changing. So if you guys, are you okay with me increasing the expenses in data processing about $10,000 for next fiscal year?
How much was it for each year? Or?
I thought I had it with me. Let me see. It's like 30.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have non-coffee drinkers next year.
It's not gonna happen.
I misspoke. The first year contract is $5,408.20. For a 3-year, it's $8,896.50. If we did a 5-year maintenance, it's $11,142.40.
And the last year was 5,400?
Yes, $5,400. And the 3-year was at $8,896.50. And then of course the hard.
Adequate?
Well, I have, if we did the 5-year contract, which sounds like the best deal I could, if I did 1,100, I would be okay, but got some room in there. I'm not for sure what else is gonna come down the pike after that IT thing. But I would think 10,000 would be enough. I would have enough in there. I just wanted to cover at least that.
Well, that looks like the best deal to me, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't really need, you'll approve it next week. I just need your blessing if you're okay with that, the data processing, about 10 grand.
It's okay with me, but what are your other guys' thoughts?
Choice, really. I'm okay with it.
Okay. Other than that, I don't have any.
Good with that? Okay.
Okay.
Consider approval of Iowa DOT County 5-year plan. I guess that's Keith.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you. So I gave you a new printout this morning. The DOT, that bridge that we've been working on with the DOT on the grant, they kicked up the value on it. They wanted that kicked up, so we did that. It's still an 80-20%. They just raised the value some. That's what I highlight on that. Otherwise, the program is as was discussed during the budget presentations a couple months ago. So we've got the 2 local projects, the 3rd Street in Ashton and then the Olive Avenue here in Sibley that we're going to work on with the cities. We've got the F10 Bridge, which is that bridge that's under that grant south of town on Pierce Avenue. The E14 bridge, that's the BFW bridge. We're gearing up to replace that bridge in advance of the asphalt project we're going to do, which will also overlay Northwest Boulevard. And let's see what else. And then other than that, it's a lot of the 2028 asphalt project that's been in the program for several years. We've got some money through the Northwest Iowa Planning Development, the TIP. And then the last project is the A34. That's continuing from Highway 59 to the county line with Dickinson. That was in last year as well. We didn't get any money last year through the TIP. The TIP is tomorrow. I have submitted that project again, so I'm hoping that we get some money next year. If not, I will kick it one more year, and because of that, we'll probably have to do some sort of interim chip seal or slurry leveling or something on A34 if we don't get that money for 2030, if it keeps getting kicked out. So, but that's the 5-year program. You can always adjust a little bit if need be. We can amend it if something comes up, but for the most part, that's what our plan is. The only local money or money from our internal budget is the 2 projects in Ashton and Sibley. The rest of them are all using FM funds and bridge funds and things like that that are programmed through the state. There will be coming forward a resolution to try to reclassify Northwest Boulevard into an FM route. Currently it's not. That was the old Highway 60, so the state gave it to us and gave us a little bit of maintenance money at the time. But going forward, we really want to try to get that turned into an FM route so we can tap those dollars to maintain it. And that's the plan on this next asphalt job and everything. If that doesn't happen, then the share that, the 80-20 between federal funds and us would be local funds instead of FM funds. So I am working on that application with the Farm to Market Board that will require a resolution from the board, so I'll be bringing that forward in the near future.
Any other questions for Keith? This maybe isn't for county, but are they gonna redo 59 in the near future? See, they're working on another bridge there.
They're doing some culvert work in Allendorf and down by the county line near O'Brien, but other than that, they don't have it in their program. But typically when they start doing bridge work and culvert work, they're gearing up for it, but it's not in their 5-year program.
They're working on that bridge a couple miles north of Melvin Corner there now.
Mhm.
Started that yesterday, I think.
Yes.
I thought maybe they were getting, like you say, my thoughts were they're working on all them culverts and bridges and stuff.
It's gonna be there at some point, but it's not in their 5-year program at this time.
Okay, any more questions for Keith? Otherwise, I would consider a motion for approval.
Motion to approve the DOT County 5-year plan.
I have a motion from Benny,
I'll second it.
support from the board, and any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Consider approval of Iowa DOT secondary roads annual budget.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is one of those wrinkles in state law in that the DOT budget is due before the actual budget is actually approved by the board. There's no changes to this budget from the last meeting that we had when we went over the budget recommendations a couple months ago. This has simply been put into the DOT's format, and I have to have it to the DOT by April 15th. So, as I said, there's no changes between what was discussed previously with the board.
I will take the motion. Motion by Lauren to approve Iowa DOT secondary road annual budget.
Second that motion.
Second by Randy Cook. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Discuss Always 125th Parade coordination. Did they talk to you, Michelle? He just called in and said he wanted that?
Yeah, did they
Did he
talk
talk
to
to you, Keith?
Keith?
No, they have not spoken to me.
Really?
My understanding is they want to close Main Street through.
And they also, the way I understand it, I'm not on the committee, but Kyle McCarter called me. They want to close
Part
the
of
road in front of my, whatever road that is, right in front of the ball diamond there,
okay.
for a
Parade.
day or whatever.
Couple-
And Main Street for probably an hour or so. But I think they mainly want to close that by the park there
Mhm.
for a day.
My understanding is they only were looking for some signage and the county right of way, that most of the closure would be in the city, but I have not spoken to them.
Okay. Well, that's all I know about it too, so.
You know when their event would be?
Yeah, the 21st, something like that, that weekend in July.
July, okay.
For sure.
18th.
That'd be fair, wouldn't it?
I thought it was during June.
Yeah, what did I say, July?
Yeah.
No, it is June. June,
June 20th, Saturday.
yep. Yeah, 20th of June, sorry. I'll find out some more information and
Okay.
go from there.
Yeah, he must have called on Friday when I was gone, so I
Okay.
didn't.
He called me and I just referred him to you and I referred him to Keith, so I wouldn't, I said it'd have to get on the agenda, so. I didn't know about Main Street. I mean, they're gonna have the parade on Main Street, but they kinda wanted that, in front of the park there for like all day.
I had not heard about an all-day closure.
Nick's in there, you think he would know about that? Nick's in
Yeah,
there.
he would. He's the committee
Well,
chair.
well, Nick Mullen.
Small, conservation.
Oh, Nick, no, I doubt if he knows about it either. I was thinking Nick Schaefer.
Would they use that for lineup and that kind of stuff?
What's that?
Would they use that street for lineup?
No, most of the time they go east out of town, line up there, and then they just go south, or go west, right through Main Street, and park then all their stuff in Rambling's lot when they're done. And that'd be just for an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you for sure. I'm not part of that committee, so.
I imagine they want to borrow some signs from us and
Yeah.
stuff too, which is not
He
a
doesn't
problem.
hurt anything either.
No, I doubt it if he would. We can table it for today, and I'll let you know, or I'll have him call you.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, we can have some signs made available and they can just pull them off the side of the road after the event and we'll come get them the next Monday or something. It's not a big deal for us.
Can we, question I know they'll ask me, can we actually shut that road down for traffic in front of the ball down there? I mean, that's gonna,
The board can shut down a road.
we can, okay.
I only shut them down for construction. But
Oh, all right.
it's a
That was
temporary,
why I asked.
but it's a
because-
temporary closure. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. And I don't think they want them going through town. I mean, that's a heavily,
Not
Van
gonna-
Ness Dairy,
not if they're gonna have a parade.
yeah. Well, even that one in front of the park there too, they'd almost have to close it a mile south of my place there.
Okay.
I doubt if they want them heavy trucks and stuff going through the back streets. But I'll find out about it. We'll put it on the agenda for next.
I'll just keep it on the
You
agenda.
wanted a
then.
detour identified, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And we have detour signs that we can lend them as well.
They just brought it up to me, like I said, Friday, and then I just give them your number
Mhm.
and went from there, so.
Probably talked to Chantry, but I didn't
Okay.
leave any notes.
We-
on
we-
that.
McCarty's one of the co-chairs, she said, so Kyle's wife.
He said what?
Sarah's one of the co-chairs for this.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so-
We closed some roads for Ragbri.
Okay.
Do it.
All right. I'll let them know it can be done. Okay, set public hearing date for fiscal year 26-27 proposed budgets.
The 14th, I'm gone, so I was hoping one of the board could consider the 28th to have the public hearing that day. Or you want it earlier, but
28th works fine.
It has to be done by the 30th, so we're good on the 28th at 9 o'clock if that works for everybody. Thank you.
On plan, you'll have to.
Sorry.
Yep, I'll have to chair.
Great.
Okay, the 28th is the date?
Yep, at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Need a motion for that, please.
Make that a motion.
Motion by Schulte, second by Warren, for the 28th of April. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Consider the claims.
State medical, was they having an autopsy, is that the guy in Harris?
Sure was.
We need to know the results for that price.
We do not.
Like we had discussion about conservation about making 6 trips in 6 days to Napa when they deliver. So we'll see what happens with that.
I'm sure they weren't wrong.
What's that?
I'm sure they weren't wrong. Bond insurance, did you keep paying in jail?
What?
Bond insurance, did you keep paying in jail?
Well, making sure that none of us get into jail. That's our yearly fee that we have to pay.
Okay. I just thought maybe you had a problem or something.
Not that I have lots of problems, but nothing that. I know of anyway.
on the claims.
I'll give it to you.
Motion by Schulte,
Second.
support by DeBoer. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of paying the claims? Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Does anybody have any other business, courthouse, committees? Future agenda items?
I was at a rights meeting Thursday, and due to his resignation, effective June of next year, which is kind of nice that he gives that long. And Cindy, she's come here, he's been kind of grooming her for the position for quite a while, so. You know how big he used to be? He lost 200 pounds.
Jeez, that's a lot.
When he walks in the room, it's like a different guy walking in there.
Anybody else have anything? If not, is this your last time? Well, it's been a pleasure.
It has been, but you know, you could drop cookies off.
Those bars are really good. Really good.
Very,
Yeah.
very good.
So it's good to meet them and bring most of them up. Yeah, so you guys, I got good yourself, popping on all the time.
But you did a good job.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. Very good job. I mentioned one time to you, I didn't like having my picture on the paper, and that kind of went away. That's all I have to do.
But that's just more the seating than anything. It
Oh,
must have been
yeah.
in a different spot or something.
I thought maybe you were doing me that favor, my favor.
It wasn't intentional.
Yeah, I appreciate my
Stick with
picture in the
Rochelle.
paper either that much. No, I don't want my picture in the paper. I appreciate that.
Just put Keith in for us.
There's a reason I sit here.
Yeah, you'll get in next
You might get in twice.
Yeah.
I was at street council last night too. So.
He did a nice job with that, and it was good to have that go through smoothly.
If nobody has nothing else, I would take a motion to adjourn.
That's not an executive decision.
What?
That's not
Oh,
an executive.
No.
Before you, I guess on a Board of Health
Oh,
meeting
I'm
last
sorry.
week, we've had some more interest, and it sounds like it's wider than just Osceola County and burials on private property. So the Board of Health is researching that a little bit and determining how that goes, but they pointed out that there's a permanent easement on that, so any future owner would have to maintain and provide access on their property if that gets done, and, yeah,
Did you
so.
ever buy a place that had that?
Wouldn't
No, because there's no regulations. It doesn't have to be in a vault or anything. I mean, oh, that would freak me out.
They have to report that.
There would be a location.
They're supposed to,
have
the Board of Health
identify.
has to give the approval.
Well, I know a
So-
cemetery that's got one. They just kind of roll them in the grave.
The discussion was that they'd maybe do researching, maybe doing something countywide. Obviously, cities can do their own thing, but maybe put something in place that would be there unless and until the city took action on their own. I know Sibley's talked about it.
I think they
to an
did.
extent,
They
but
took action on it, I
yeah,
think.
so-
I don't know if Harris is looking into that
Nothing was
or.
done, but that was one of the items discussed.
I think, does Sioux County have
Maybe.
because I know there's, no, fact, there's one that's not very, but maybe that was, maybe it's not legal, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that they didn't have to have a vault or, I mean, they could just wrap them up in a sheet and put them in the ground. I'm like,
Yeah, requirements on depth, I think, but,
yeah, just
so that was a bit interesting, but
freaks me out.
Anything else?
other than that, I'd make a motion for adjournment.
I have a motion for adjournment from Vandy Hoof.
Second.
Second from DeBoer. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
All right?
Opposed, same side.